Hi, welcome to the fourth video in the Prostate Focus series. This video deals with my experiences of being referred for a flexible cystoscopy. That essentially is a camera which is put into my bladder. It was done in mid-November 2016 as the result of some blood that was found in a urine sample. The results are given to me immediately. The procedure was undertaken by a two-person team. There was a consultant who was monitoring a computer and reviewing the results, and there was a specialist nurse practitioner who was operating the camera that was looking inside of me. I'm going to describe the procedure in some detail. Firstly, the area around my groin was desensitized by the injection of several local anesthetics. This was probably the most painful bit of the whole procedure. Once the anesthetic had kicked in, I didn't feel anything really from that point on. A catheter, that's a small tube, is inserted up the center of my penis, and liquid is pumped up the catheter to inflate my bladder, to make sure the bladder has no crinkles in it, I guess, and to ensure the camera can see everywhere. A camera is then inserted straight up the middle of this catheter. It is put into my bladder. It has a really good look around in all directions. It also looks at the neck where urine passes to check for any obstructions there. In my case, there were no abnormalities in my bladder. I have no bladder cancer. The camera was turned around and it looked at the muscle at the base, and it could see that there were no clear obstructions in the neck of the thing, which should hold up urine. The camera was taken out, the catheter was removed. That's a little bit painful because the catheter has a small balloon on the end which helps keep it in the bladder whilst the camera is moved around, and that just has to be pulled out. Seconds, it's just a quick pop and it's all over. And that's it. I mean, I guess at that point there was also a little bit of leaking of the liquid that had been pumped in. It feels a little bit like one has just peed oneself, but the nurse that was handling me just said, well, look, this is entirely normal, and had plenty of paper towels and things ready for exactly that. That's something that was expected. There was no restriction, as I say, and no bladder cancer, so that's good. So why blood in my urine? The consultant was able to talk to me at that time. The consultant's explanation was this: the blood carries urine to the kidneys. The kidneys filter the urine and passes that on through to the bladder. Effectively, the kidney acts as a filter. On occasions, small quantities of blood get through that kidney filter and they find themselves in the urine in the bladder. It's not uncommon, but it just needs checking out. And in my case, that was exactly it. There were minor traces, and I have no evidence whatsoever of any cancerous growth or any other abnormality in my bladder. Immediately afterwards, I felt the need to urinate many times in the next 30 minutes or so. And on returning home, I had a bit of a burning sensation and the feeling that I needed to pass water much more frequently than actually I did. Drinking water helped because that actually allowed me to do so, to urinate and flush the system out and just generally get it back to working again. There was a little degree of pain. I was warned about this. 2 500 milligram paracetamol relieved that, and I didn't need to take them again. That probably lasted overnight until the next morning. That's it for this video. It was quite simple. The next video will deal with my MRI scan. That will become much more detailed and we'll deal with quite a lot of the medical things that went on, and then we'll move on from there to the biopsy. But do remember that the purpose of this YouTube channel is to encourage you or anybody you know and love to go to see a medical practitioner if they have any prostate related symptoms at all, or even think that they have a prostate related symptom, because the quicker these things are diagnosed, the quicker they can be dealt with. This site does not offer any medical advice or opinion whatsoever. That is the job of a medical professional, and I urge you to see one if you believe you need to. Thank you.